Greetings to all of my loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. I hope everyone is doing well. So, today, before we get into it, of course, as usual, let's go ahead with our spiritual copyright disclaimer. On behalf of Starseed Galactic Federation, I have been given access to this knowledgeable information from my Akashic records for the purpose of helping humanity. This information is given directly to me as a divine channel, and any use or reproduction of this information without proper accreditation or acknowledgement from which this information was received will result in instant karma for the plagiarizing parties or individual, and so it is. So today, I wanted to, just give you guys a little motivation, a little motivational Monday. It just came to me, and this is definitely from personal experience. A lot of the wisdom and the stories that I tell you are things that not only were they downloaded to me to give you guys, but also I have also been through these situations, and that's how I can speak, and that's how I'm able to teach others the right things to do, or how to properly heal from information or move forward especially once your path gets shaken up. And if you're on a soul spiritual journey and you're not quite sure where to go, I speak from the heart, from personal experience. And so therefore, with that being said, one thing that I definitely wanted to talk to everybody about is having faith in your actions, because especially right now, I know everybody realizes that the world is basically in upheaval. We are definitely going through spiritual warfare at this time. And a lot of times there are people like myself who may be considered the underdogs, or people trying to make a name for themselves, or they feel as though they have a purpose or destiny that is not run of the mill. It's a little bit off the beaten path and stuff. And sometimes as you're moving along, sometimes you're just going through the motions of what you feel is right, but you may not fully have the faith or believe in your actions. And I'm here to tell you guys that faith in your actions is very important, because faith without works is dead. It's in the Bible, and I'm going to tell you it is very true. Every time I have attempted to do something and my heart wasn't in it, it was for a reason. And at some point you have to realize, if you're doing something and your actions are not really matching up with the way that you feel, or you're not seeing the passion or the love in that project, or you're not pouring into yourself or the things that you're doing, you're not putting your heart into it, and you're not putting passion into it, then that's denoting that you have no faith in your actions. Are you really trying to manifest from the highest point, from the highest good, from your highest light? Do you truly believe in what it is that you are doing? Because that is going to dictate how your manifestation comes forth. And what we have to understand, something that I definitely had to learn as well, is that good things take time. Good things take time. That is a very integral part of manifestation that a lot of people seem to miss, because instant gratification is at an all-time high. We live in a microwave age where everything is just quick, readily available, and readily accessible. However, what I have noticed, and what I want to point out to a lot of people, is a lot of times the things that happen overnight, they don't last as long. When you don't put your passion and your tears and your sweat, your full heart and your beliefs and your soul into what you're doing, it never lasts long. And when you do put those things into your endeavors, then you find not only is your passion in that, so every time you look at it, you have pride because you worked for it, you earned it, and that's something nobody can ever take from you. Well, also it'll translate across as well in your work, and other people will be just as touched, just as blessed. And then that is how your works end up being a legacy. That's how they end up living way past the time that you are working in it, way past the time that you will even be alive. And that is what everybody should strive and endeavor for. I know I do. And I know that a lot of you who watch me, you strive for the same things as well. So I'm just going to tell you, have faith in your actions. I know sometimes it seems as though you're knocking on one door and it's not opening. Maybe that's not the door for you, but if you know that that is your door, you keep on fucking knocking. Somebody's going to come to that door. Okay? Sometimes God, spirit, source, divine, whatever you want to call your higher being, sometimes they just want to see, how much do you want it? Do you really want it? Are you just saying that you want it because everybody else has it? Are you just saying that you want it because you feel like it'd be a good look for you? Will you take care of it? Will you cherish it? Will you pour into it? Will you sow those seeds? Okay? Life is a roller coaster. I say that all the time. Life is a roller coaster. If you expect once you get whatever it is that you're asking for, if you expect life to just cruise easily and you're not going to have to put any more love or any work into it, are you going to be able to handle it when times get rough? Are you going to be able to handle it when there's times of a low and everything is not, as up or as high as you want it to be at that time? What exactly are you going to do? Are you going to look at that soil that you sowed your seeds in and say, this is not fertile ground because I don't immediately see something sprouting up? Or are you going to know that this is good soil and keep sowing your land? That's what we have to ask ourselves. The saying, talk is cheap, is something that should be applied in every aspect of our lives, because people lose value the more they let their actions negate their words. Let me read it over again for you guys. The saying, talk is cheap, is something that should be applied in every aspect of our lives, because people lose value the more they let their actions negate their words. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you're saying, yes, I can, or I believe in myself, or I believe in this, but your actions are not showing it, then your word is losing value. And I'm going to tell you, all a man has is his word. Sometimes he don't even got his balls. A lot of niggas is walking around here with no balls, figuratively and literally. But all you have is your word. Are you a man or woman of your word? Are you trying to pour into others, but you're not pouring into yourself? I don't know who this message is for, but this is for somebody, okay? And hell, it's probably for me as well, but I already know these things, and I'm here to tell you. The more that your actions are saying otherwise than what you're telling people, the more value that you lose. Your word has no substance. If anything happens and they have to call somebody who's credible, who has a valuable word, it won't be you. It won't be you. And then that will really make you have to look at yourself and be like, wow. Action is a part of active manifestation, as I say all the time. So if you are in a relationship where you are not receiving your worth and you continue to accept less than what you deserve, then you are actively manifesting more of what you do not feel you deserve. And sometimes that's what we have to point out to ourselves. Nobody else is going to point the finger and be like, hey, I thought you said you was a bad bitch, but here you are with this bum ass nigga struggling at X, Y, and Z. Nobody's going to point that out to you, because obviously that's where you want to be, and obviously you are manifesting more of that. I'm just using that as an example because that's what I'm being shown. But that's what I'm saying. Obviously, that is what you're manifesting. That's why it's very, very important. Any type of relationship you're in, whether it's a job, if you know that you're fucking getting the bottom of the pay grade scale, but you're doing boss work, something is not right. You have to speak up for yourself. The proof should already be in the pudding why you feel that way. Speak up for yourself. And if you're in any type of relationship and you don't feel as though there's an equal give and take, but you know that you deserve the best in a relationship, you know that you treat that person well and you just want to be reciprocated, then you need to speak up and the actions need to change, or you need to go and let somebody who knows your worth, who sees your worth and your value, let them give you what you're trying to get from an empty cup, from an empty vessel. You see, I'm just giving you guys different types of examples of faith and actions and how that ties into manifestation, because we're manifesting all the time, from the thoughts that we think, from the things you buy in the store, from the treatment that you accept, even from strangers. You are actively manifesting what you feel you deserve. Okay? Changed actions increase faith. I'm going to tell you that right now, because many a time, many a time, I have felt as though things just were not going right and I wanted different, but I didn't even know how to start. I didn't even know how to start to look to find different. But you know what I did? I just did one thing different. Each time the thought came to me, I did one thing different. If I knew I wanted to save more money, but normally I would go get my little cocktails or something, I'd be like, no, I manifested more money. So even if I don't get my cocktail today, that's one step in the right direction. Okay, and then you have a little bit more money in your pocket. You like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling this, and you start doing it more. Okay, that increased faith, those increased actions, they all work together And the next thing you know, you are out of that situation that you did not know where you was going to get out or how you were going to get out. You end up making your own way, but it all starts with faith and a change in actions. It's never too late. It is never too late. Manifestation does not happen overnight. So every action you take in the right direction manifests first in the 5D, then comes down to the 3D. And that's something everybody needs to realize. A lot of times we're praying and we're asking God for these blessings. We're asking for certain things to happen. And if we have it on our heart so much, if we have so much faith that we believe so much that it's actually going to happen, even though we can't see it, even though it's not tangible, we can't touch it yet, that's because your visions, your mind, your soul, your heart, everything is actively manifesting and building that goal or that dream, whatever it is, and it's already there. It just has to come down. But you have to keep on. Sometimes you have to keep going because test of faith. Only the strong survive. The ones who keep the faith the longest and put the actions the longest, those are the ones that will reap the most benefits in the end, and it will last the longest. Okay? It will just replenish itself because you'll know how to work towards it. What's the last? Oh, child. Last thing. Have faith in your actions and continue to move in the right direction. It will happen. Whatever it is that you want, as long as it's for your highest good and your highest purpose. Okay? And it's selfless, which means not only will it benefit you, but it will benefit somebody around you just because it's done out of pure faith and love. Okay? It will happen. Keep the faith. Have faith in your actions. Every step, no matter how little, every step in the right direction is a big step. You might not just see it yet. So with that being said, I want you guys to go forth and do great things. Have a wonderful holiday. And also, don't forget to support my Etsy shop where I have all of my handmade custom crystal jewelry, such as everything that I have on here, for men, women, children, hell, animals if you want. It's on Etsy, Empress Oracle Shop. Again, it's on Etsy at Empress Oracle Shop. With that being said, be blessed and have a wonderful day. I love you all.